in committee. My name is Greg Kmetz, common spelling, K-M-E-T-Z. I represent House District 36, which comprises the city of Miles City, which, by the way, is the friendliest city in Montana. Today, we are hearing a bill with huge consequences. There is a lot on the table for all parties, except for one party. The manufacturers of this highly controversial product that we're going to talk about today in great detail are 100% free from all liability. All vaccine manufacturers are free from being liable for their products. Just think about this for a minute. If we had no product liability, our baby cribs would still be painted with lead paint. We would still insulate our homes with vermiculite, and the gas tanks in our cars would be just ahead of the rear bumper. Today we're talking about a real bad product. And our people, the people of Montana that we all care about and represent, have absolutely no recourse. So this is it. It is neither safe or effective, and if even a small number of the following statements are true, we have no choice but to ban this product in our state. For clarity, this is not a ban on all vaccines. This bill only bans vaccines that have an mRNA base. Right now, we are talking just about the COVID shot and the COVID boosters. But very soon, most, or if not all vaccines will be mRNA based. And I think it's very important in the position that we're in to look forward and to look around the corner. That is our job, and I would ask you as a committee to do that, to look forward and to look around the corner. And I can already think of a lot of great committee questions to ask the experts. But let's just give this a very quick look, if we could. The bill reads like this: an act prohibiting the administration of gene-based vaccines into humans in the state of Montana. And as the hearing moves ahead, the goal of the proponents is to prove that all the whereas statements are 100% true. The opponents are going to have to justify the manufacturer's freedom from liability, as well as proving each and every whereas statement are false. So let's just quickly run through the whereas statements. The first one says, whereas the mRNA vaccines have caused enormous numbers of deaths, disabilities, and serious adverse events. And I can already hear a question from the committee. You've already probably all formed the question in your mind. Representative, how can you make such a shocking statement? Well, there is a government agency called VAERS, and those initials mean Vaccine Adverse Event Reporting System. It is accessible by individuals, and it is required to be posted by physicians and medical workers when they see a vaccine injury. And if you will look at the statistics, and here's the dates this runs from 12/14/2020 to 1/13/2023, there are, these are COVID-related statistics, by the way. 33,746 deaths have been reported on VAERS. And of those deaths, 9% of those deaths occurred within the first 24 hours of vaccination, and 13% occurred within 48 hours of vaccination. And there has been, on this same report, 276,386 injuries. So this is really a big deal, folks, and there's a lot online here. The next whereas statement goes like this, and I'm going to, I had to look these terms up, so I will share some of my definitions, but where no long-term studies have been completed regarding fertility, pterogenicity, which means fetal development, mutagenicity, which has to do with changes in cell structure, or oncogenicity, which has to do with the formation of tumors. So we're going to have to ask the question, does this vaccine cause all this to happen? So this will have to be answered. Another whereas question, the recipients are not given informed consent. The next one, whereas the mRNA vaccines may integrate into the human genome and be passed on to the next generation. And whereas the mRNA vaccines are contaminated with DNA, metallic particles, and other known nanoparticles, and whereas the mRNA vaccines may shed to others and cause side effects or harm. And Madam Chair, there were a lot of people registered to put out a written testimony. And I have a giant pile of handouts of people that registered for written testimony. And I was wondering, with your permission, if I could have the clerk sort through that pile and pass those out to the committee.
We can.
Okay. And there's also one handout from the proponent in there, too. So, Madam Chair and committee, this concludes my bill opening. Thank you.
All right.